First, I'd like to welcome you all to the Argo Group Gold Cup this year. Last year, as many of you who were here remember, we had 2 hurricanes in 5 days. We haven't quite outdone ourselves this year, we've only had 1. Don't know what Sunday's going to hold, but hopefully we can get a good week of racing in, and somebody's going to go home the winner at the end of it. At this time, that's basically my one speech. I'm going to say a second speech later. But I'd like to now introduce His Excellency, the Governor, Mr. George Ferguson, who's going to say just a few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're only getting one speech from me as well, and that's going to be a very, very short one. And there's something quite dramatic about the Argo Gold Cup being preceded each year by a hurricane. Last year, the organisers were given a bit more of a run for their money. The hurricane went right up to the equivalent of this day, and he wasn't too sure where to put the visiting crew, and it was all quite good fun. I don't think you shouldn't draw any conclusion from the fact that the crew that we put up, and I've teased some about this before, as a Brit brought up in New Zealand, when I said if billeting is your your pinch point this year, and there was a question of whether the competition could go ahead at all, I said if billeting is your pinch point, put us down for 1 crew, and if you're desperate, put us down for 2. And who did he land the Brit who'd be brought up in New Zealand with? The Aussies. They were very good fun. They were really very good fun. The Gilmore team, I hope, and they're not blaming us so far, but I hope it's nothing to do with us that they're not here this year. I'll review this one a bit. I know that the father of one of the crew is now permanently based here, maybe in the room. If it was our fault, they haven't qualified, I'm sure he'll let us know. But this is the start of a real festival of sailing. It is tremendous to be in a place with such a buzz in the sailing world. To have, it was very tactless to some of us the other day. I said, to come second in a local regatta and qualify for this event and be beaten by somebody like Dean Barker. And there aren't many places that can say that. Some of us, I clearly wasn't the person who would say that to you, still smarting from having been beaten by Dean Barker. But I think that's a good sign of ambition. Welcome. I'm really looking forward to seeing the racing later on this week. I may tease Summers about coming second in qualifying. I speculate sometimes getting my 37-year-old CNC 30 up on foils. It hasn't happened yet. It's got up on those other things which should have. But I think if I continue to talk about my sailing in this august company, I'll be given a hard time by everybody and I'll bore you. So I just welcome you. I look forward to seeing the racing and all of you have a very good, entertaining, competitive and safe time.
The Governor is an ambitious sailor and enjoys sailing and will definitely enjoy watching everybody this week. And I thank him for that. We also must thank our title sponsor, who helps to make all of this happen, and that is the Argo Group. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Matthew Wilkin to say a few words on their behalf.
I have to lower the microphone. My esteemed colleagues over here. Anyway, everyone, good evening. And it's lovely to see you all here, some familiar faces that I've seen over the years. My name is Matthew Wilkin. I work for Argo Re, just across the road. That's in the balloon-wrapped building that now looks like water's flowing out of it, about 200 yards away. I'm here working as president of Argo Re, but really I'm representing Mark Watson on behalf of the Argo Group. So on behalf of Argo Group, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all here to the 2015 Argo Gold Cup. And for those of you who live here and or if you've previously visited, you will know what a beautiful island Bermuda truly is, and an idyllic setting that it makes to host some prestigious world sailing events here. The combination of the warmest hospitality and the azure blue waters and the historic and deeply embedded sense of sail and sea make this truly an enviable and a wonderful location. For those of you here for the first time, welcome. You'll have a wonderful week here for sure. And the Bacardi-sponsored ceremony here is just the start of a really truly action-packed week. And one that appears now to actually be merging in with the Louis Vuitton America's World Cup Series events. Thankfully, even to the most inexperienced sailors like myself, I'm able to spot the very subtle differences between the AC-45 and the Gold Cup IMDs. However, I'm reliably informed that despite the contrast, both crafts demand technical mastery and exemplary boat handling skills, something we know that professional match racers will take amply within their stride. So we're delighted to see so many passionate and enthusiastic people here this evening, and look forward to a wonderful week of sailing. So, thank you all.
Thank you, Matthew. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Mike Dolan, the CEO of Bacardi, and ask him to say a few words.
Governor, very nice to meet you. And, you know, I did notice that all the sailors seem to be right near the bar, so I think that probably is a good sign. Originally, we were going to do this out on the lawn, where we've done similar types of parties. And because of the construction, we decided to move it inside. And I noticed a number of people looking at the ceiling when you came in. And the first time I came into the building, which is probably 6 or 7 years ago, I came in, I looked up, and it reminded me of when I was a kid in New York, and you go to these old movie theaters, and they had you probably remember this, Jim, right? They had these beautiful, you know, starlit ceilings. And I thought it was just, you know, just decoration. And then I noticed all these numbers around the side of it. And I said to somebody, what are all these numbers about? What is this? Some sort of, you know, symbolism? And they said, no. It's the coordinates of the night sky, the night that, of the day that Bacardi was founded, February 4th, 1862. And I said, but how in the name of God did anyone ever find that out? And they said that the fellow who was the president at the time, when this building was designed by Mies van der Rohe, who's a famous modernist architect, the president said, we're going to do something interesting with this room. And he said, I want to put in the ceiling the night sky that night over Santiago de Cuba, which is kind of artistically rendered against that other wall. And he went to the Museum of Natural History and said, okay, Santiago de Cuba, February 4th, 1862, what was in the sky that night if you looked up there? And that's it. And they came back to the architect, they gave him the coordinates, and they said, this is what we want to have over the building. So it means a lot to the Bacardi family, because they're very, very, as you know, keen and very in love, really, with their former homeland. They've been here now for 50 years. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary in Bermuda. We could not be happier. We're bringing in more people to be part of our corporate group here. So we're very, very happy with that. So what I would like to do is just extend our compliments to the Bermuda Yacht Club for the beautiful management of this event. It's a fabulous event. I was watching, in fact, some of the boats out there today, and it will look like enormous fun. Much more fun than it would have been 2 days ago, I think, in the second quarter. And again, too, I'd like to give my thanks to the Argo group for their support and leadership of this event. I think that's wonderful. We're happy to be a co-sponsor with you. And I'd also like to thank the Bermuda Board of Tourism for their support of this event as well. So thank you all very much. Please enjoy a good Bacardi or Grey Goose, and nice of you all to come and be with us. Thank you.
you, Mike. As Mike alluded to, a few more of our sponsors. Of course, everyone here is well aware of teamwork with the sport that we're involved in usually, and with the Argo Group Gold Cup, it's no different. It's basically a big, large team, and we have lots of different corporate sponsors that help make all of this happen. And along with the Argo Group and Bacardi, which we've already heard from, we have a number of other companies that help make this whole week take place. I'd like to recognize the Bermuda Tourism Authority as the host sponsor of this event. Presenting sponsors Guy Carpenter, along with primary sponsors Angela Benfield, Renaissance Re, and then of course Bacardi. So, with that all out of the way, I guess I have my second and third speech to do. I'll start by saying I'd like to say that this Argo Group Gold Cup is now officially open, and lastly welcome you all to it. I hope everyone has a fantastic time this week out in the waters of Hamilton Harbor, and I look forward to seeing the winner on the dock at the Royal Marine Yacht Club on Sunday. Thank you all for coming.